Hello everyone, welcome to English Grammar and Literature World. Dear students, today we will be talking about one word substitutions on phobias. This video will be the second part. Before starting today's class, this class will be very much helpful for your any kind of competitive exams such as SSC, CGL, CHSL, MTS as well as state competitive exams. So let's begin today's class. Look at the first one. Fear of dog is called. So fear of dog is called option A, cynophobia. Understand? Cynophobia. Look at the word cynophobia. The word cyno means dog. Okay? And phobia means irrational fear of dogs. So overall cynophobia suggests fear of dogs. Okay? So look at the other options. Option B, gamophobia. So gamophobia suggests fear of marriage. Okay? So fear of marriage. Next, hematophobia. So hematophobia suggests fear of blood. Okay? And next, kleptophobia. So look, klepto and phobia. So klepto means fear of stealing, or you can say theft. Okay, fear of stealing. That is klepto. So klepto always suggests stealing, theft. So kleptophobia means fear of stealing. Next, fear of writing. So what is called fear of writing? So fear of writing is called option C, graphophobia. Graphophobia. So the word grapho means writing. Okay? So grapho means writing. Grapho means writing. Fear of writing. So look at the other options. Chronophobia. So chronophobia suggests fear of time. And dipsophobia. Dipsophobia means fear of drinking. Okay, dipsophobia suggests fear of drinking. Drinking means specially alcohol. Understand? Okay. And option D, acrophobia. So acrophobia suggests fear of height. Fear of heights. Next, fear of depths is called. So fear of depths. So the right answer is option D, bathophobia. So bathophobia suggests fear of depth or fear of deep places. Any kind of deep places. That is bathophobia. The word batho. So batho means depth. Okay? Batho means depth. Batho means depth. Look at the other options. Option A, cacophobia. Caco means bad or ugly. So fear of ugliness. That is called cacophobia. And claustrophobia means fear of confined places. And acrophobia suggests fear of height. That is acrophobia. Next, fear of ugliness. We have covered. Fear of ugliness suggests option B. That is cacophobia. So caco suggests ugliness. So caco means ugly. So cacophobia means fear of ugliness. Fear of ugliness. Ugliness. Look at the other options. Option A, catrophobia. Actually, catrophobia is not a relevant term, but you can say catro. Just you can say catro means cat. Catro means cat. So catrophobia means fear of cat. And hodophobia. So hodophobia suggests fear of traveling. Fear of traveling. Fear of traveling. Okay. And look at the last one, logophobia. Logophobia means fear of words. Fear of words. That is logophobia. Next, fear of doctors is called. What is called fear of doctors? Fear of doctors is called option D. Cellophobia. Actually, cellophobia suggests fear of anxiety associated with not being able to use a mobile phone. Okay, and look at the other option, doctorophobia. Doctorophobia is not actually the relevant term. Okay, and gerophobia. So gerophobia suggests fear of sex, or you can say sexual relations. That is gerophobia. And catrophobia. Catrophobia is not the right term, but you can say fear of cat. That is catrophobia. Next, fear of time. What is called fear of time? Fear of time is called option A. That is chronophobia. I think you have heard the term chronology. So chronology suggests time. So chrono means time, and phobia means fear of time. Understand? Very good. Next, metrophobia. Metrophobia suggests fear of motherland. Fear of motherland. That is metrophobia. Thanatophobia suggests fear of death. And theomania. Look at the word mania. Mania is a mental disorder, or you can say any kind of mental illness. That is mania. So theom related to the theology. That is religious purposes or religion. So theomania suggests religious madness. Okay, madness, or you can say mental religious disorder. That is theomania. Next, fear of old memories is called. Look at the term fear of old memories. So the right answer is option D, mnemophobia. Mnemophobia suggests fear of memories. Okay, mnemo means memory. Fear of old memories is called mnemophobia. Look at the other options, monophobia. So monophobia suggests fear of being. Actually, the word mono means alone, and monophobia suggests fear of being alone. Nyctophobia. Nyctophobia means night. So fear of night. That is called nyctophobia. And theophobia, I have already covered. Theophobia suggests fear of God. Okay, fear of God. That is theophobia. Suggests religious activities or religion. So theophobia suggests fear of God. Next, fear of loneliness is called. So what is called fear of loneliness? Loneliness suggests alone or aloofness. So look at the option B, monophobia. Yes, so mono means one. Okay, mono, tri. So mono means one, and one person, that means he is very alone. So fear of loneliness or fear of loneliness suggests monophobia. Psychophobia is not the right answer actually. So psychophobia suggests fear of mind or mental illness. Okay, fear of mind, or you can say mental illness. That is psychophobia. And claustrophobia means fear of closed places. Zoophobia also related to the animals. That is zoophobia. Okay. Next, fear of poison. Yes, this one is very, very important. Fear of poison is called option A, toxicophobia. Look, toxic. The term is very common. Toxic. Mr. D is a toxic person. So toxic means poison. So toxicophobia means fear of poison. Nyctophobia means suggests night. So nyctophobia means fear of night. And pyrophobia means fire. So fear of fire is called pyrophobia. And pathophobia, pathology means disease. So fear of disease, that is pathophobia. Okay. Next, fear of ghost. So tell me the right answer. Fear of ghost is called. So fear of ghost is called option B, that is phasmophobia. Okay, phasmophobia. So phasmophobia suggests fear of ghost. Phasmo suggests the word phasmo. Phasmo suggests ghost. Understand? Very good. And pharmacophobia. So pharmaco, the word pharma. Pharma means pharmacy, or you can say fear of medicines. Okay, fear of medicine, that is pharmacophobia. And xenophobia means fear of foreigners. Okay, fear of foreigners or outsider, that is xenophobia. And pyrophobia means fear of fire. Next, fear of fire is called, yes, fear of fire is called option D, pyrophobia. So the word pyro means fire. And bibliophobia means fear of books. Autophobia means fear of being alone. So auto means on person, or you can say monophobia, this is the same thing. And gamophobia means fear of marriage, that is gamophobia. Okay, next, fear of motherhood is called. So what is called fear of motherhood? I have covered it already. Fear of motherhood is called option A, that is metrophobia. Metro means mother. Okay, metro means mother, and phobia means fear of motherhood. And menomophobia suggests fear of memories. Okay, memories, menomophobia. And monophobia means fear of being alone. Mysophobia suggests fear of germs. Okay, fear of germs, or you can say contamination or pollution, that is mysophobia. Next, fear of pleasure is called, what is called fear of pleasure? So option A, hedonophobia is the right answer. Okay, the word hedon, hedon, hedon suggests pleasure. So hedonophobia means fear of pleasure. Hydrophobia means fear of water. Hematophobia suggests fear of blood. And acrophobia means fear of height. Next, fear of stealing or thieves. Okay, fear of stealing or thieves is called. So option A, steliophobia. Understand? Steliophobia. So stelio means fear of stealing. Stelio means stealing or any kind of criminal activities, that is stelio. And steliophobia means fear of crimes or fear of stealing or fear of thieves, etc. And tell me the meaning of logophobia. Logophobia suggests fear of words. Okay, fear of words, that is logophobia. Kleptomania. So mania means one kind of mental disorder, or you can say illness. So kleptomania means fear of stealing. Okay, sorry, kleptomania suggests a mental disorder of stealing. You cannot say fear. Okay, next, hydrophobia. So hydrophobia suggests fear of water. Next, fear of air is called. The word air is related to aero. Okay, AEERO, just like a aeroplane. So air is related to the word aero. So look at the option A. This is the aero. So aero suggests air. So fear of air is called aerophobia. Okay, so look at the other options. Acrophobia, I have already covered it. Acrophobia means fear of height. Agolophobia suggests fear of plane, that is fear of pain. Okay, pain, that is agolophobia. And androphobia suggests fear of men. Next, fear of knowledge. What is called fear of knowledge? The right answer is option D, najaiophobia. Okay, and look at the other options. Graphophobia suggests fear of writing, and hodophobia means fear of travel, and autophobia means fear of being alone. Okay, next, fear of crowd is called, what is called fear of crowds or any kind of mobs? That is obviously option B, aclophobia. Okay, look at the other option. Pediophobia means fear of children, fear of children. Okay, theomania, mental disorder. Okay, that is related to the religious activities or religion. And toxicophobia means fear of poison. Next, fear of burglars or crimes. What is called fear of burglars or crimes? That is obviously option A, celurophobia. Okay, celurophobia. Pyrophobia suggests fear of fire. Petrophobia means fear of rocks. And odontophobia means fear of dentist, or you can say teeth. Next, fear of germs or contamination is called option D, mysophobia. Myso related to any kind of germs, any kind of contaminations. Okay, so monophobia means fear of being alone. Germophobia is not the right answer. And ophthalmophobia suggests fear of eyes. Next, fear of eyes is called option A, ophthalmophobia. Ophthalmo means eyes, so ophthalmophobia suggests fear of eyes. Okay, nyctophobia means fear of night. Aclophobia means fear of children. And peniophobia means fear of poverty or any kind of moneyless situation, or fear of poverty or fear of money. That is peniophobia. Penio suggests money. Next, fear of poverty or money is called, that is option B, peniophobia. Penny means money. Okay, and fear of poverty or money problem, that is peniophobia. Phasmophobia is not the right answer. Xenophobia means fear of foreigners, and theophobia is not the right answer. Next, fear of diseases or sickness is called, so any kind of fear of disease or sickness, that is option A, pathophobia. So pathology related to any kind of disease. So pathology or pathophobia is fear of diseases or any kind of sickness. Acrophobia is not the right answer. Hodophobia is not the right answer, and agalophobia also not the right answer. Next, fear of pain is called, so I have already discussed about it. Fear of pain means, that is option A, agalophobia. Agalo means pain, and agalophobia suggests fear of pain. Autophobia means fear of being alone, and agoraphobia means fear of open space. Okay, fear of open space, that is agoraphobia. And androphobia means fear of men. Understand? Very good. So look at the last one. So fear of being confined place. I think you people are able to answer it, because this one is very very important as well as very much common. So look at the option A, cacophobia, option B, catrophobia, option C, claustrophobia, option D, cynophobia. So what is the right answer? You people tell me in the comment section. So that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this session. Keep reading, keep writing, and keep watching English Grammar and Literature World. If you want to join our Telegram channel, so link in the description. You can join for more updates. So thanks for watching.